So today's idea and concept for this event is going to be covering the keynote conferences. So all the keynote speakers, we're just going to be running around. We don't have a specific keynote speaker that we have to ideally cover. They just want keynote speaker talking. They want some crowd reactions, crowd smiling, crowds listening, leaning in. So I think I'm going to run around with the 85. Just that's the longest focal length that I have. And then after that, we're gonna do a couple more interviews. We're gonna do some man on the street interviews. So it seems like for me in particular, I'm doing a lot of the man on the street interviews, and then I'm doing B-roll. And then the production company, one of the guys, he's doing all the sit down interviews, and then the other guy is doing all just the photo stills. So it seems like that's how they're having everyone be divided. So my job is a lot easier. Oh, and then one of the guys who has to do the sit-down interviews, he also has to edit. So I don't know if I mentioned in this video that the editing was going to be required, but I don't have to do it. They brought their own computer, so I kind of brought my computer for nothing. But it's fine, whatever, I don't have to do editing, so I'm not complaining. With these breakout sessions, they last about an hour long, so I was just floating around with the Easy Rig capturing B-roll. I eventually decided to take the Easy Rig off because I felt like it was very distracting and possibly even blocking people's view, so I just went handheld for the rest of the breakout sessions. The goal was to capture people's faces, but like any other event, not everyone likes to be on camera, and that's another big reason why I chose to use the 85, because the moment someone saw that they were on camera, they looked away or they turned their back towards me to hide their face, which I get it, not everyone likes to be on camera. So that was the hardest part, trying to get people smiling and engaging, because the moment they saw the camera, the smiles went away. The best solution is to just keep a longer lens. Typically I shoot with a 50mm for B-roll, but like I mentioned, using a longer lens allows you to hide farther back without anyone seeing you. Here is the FS5 again on the shoulder rig. I personally didn't like how the shoulder rig was because it was just really heavy and the small rig pad was really hard. I also had a Sony a6500 on a gimbal with a kit lens. I used it quite a bit reluctantly for wide establishing shots.
I'm using my worst enemy. I forgot how heavy these things are. I haven't used them in so long, but I'm gonna be managing the gimbal today.
Let me clarify, it's not that I absolutely hate gimbals. I do think they are great for what they do, but I'm just at the point now where I don't like anything that slows me down or makes me feel like I have to do extra. I feel like as a freelancer, your entire kit should be everything that can make your job easier. I've been doing a lot of events where I don't have to use a gimbal, and I want to keep it that way. I didn't really have too many issues when it came to the production side of this job for once, thankfully. I guess you can say the biggest lesson learned was my tube light. I completely ruined the threading inside the tube light, so now I'm not able to even boom the tube light at all. Not even if I want to boom it vertically, it's not going to work. The threading is just completely ruined. And honestly, it's simply because I had it boomed over for 3 days, and it's just all the weight. The tube light, the battery itself adds a lot of weight to the tube light, so it being boomed over like that just caused the threads to just go out, I guess. I was expecting it because I just never got around to buying a Kupo clamp. Now I have to go on Adorama or Amazon to buy a Kupo clamp that's like $60, $70. I'm able to boom the tube light over to be a hair light, or if I ever need to boom it over in the future. I should have just bought the Kupo clamp from the start, but whatever, it's a lesson learned. Lately, I've been really into trying to perfect my lighting kit. I don't want the biggest lighting kit because I am a one-man band and I want to keep it that way. Not forever, but currently right now, it's working out really good for me. And so I'm just trying to figure out what lighting works, what are some little accessories that I need to make my lighting process so much more smoother and faster. I do plan on changing my lighting kit just a little bit. I'm going to be picking up either a 600X or 600D. I'm leaning towards more the 600X just to get rid of my nan light, because the extension on the nan light just doesn't reach long enough. And I want to keep my nan light for more of my YouTube talking head setup. I want to keep the aperture for more of my freelance work. The aperture 600D or X, whatever I buy, and then the aperture 300D and then my Amaranth 60D. I want that to be a solid freelance lighting kit. I'm also considering picking up the new Nanlite panel slim light or whatever it's called. I'll throw it on the screen, but I'm also considering picking this up as well. I don't know if you guys ever experienced this issue, but right now, as I'm on my job, I have 2 different clients reach out to me. One is June 3rd through 5th. The other one is on June 5th. So I don't know. I'm trying to reach out to this client while on the job.
So Pros is, giving us the cutting edge of technology, really reducing our sales cycle.
I think I'm going to trade my 85 in for a 7 Artisans 85mm lens because I seen some going for like 340, and I kind of want to stay in the same price range as I paid for my 1.8 85 millimeter. I paid like 390 for that. Let me know if you guys, if anyone used 7 Artisans before. Let me know how you like it, if it's good or not, what you hate about it, because I'm considering picking that up because of the price range. The only thing I require of that lens is pretty much to be as sharp and as clean as my 85 1.8 that I currently have. I pretty much use the 85 whenever I have conferences and keynote speakers, if I'm able to get close enough to the stage. Usually I have like a second camera operator who's in the back on sticks, and I'm the one who's floating around the conference. So I think that 7 Artisans might be a great option, only because of the price range, but I just need to know if it's gonna be as sharp or if the image looks somewhat reliable and somewhat good as the 1.8 Sony lens. So let me know in the comment section below.